Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crash Bandicoot. At the end of the last episode, we took on a few more difficult levels, including one that involved darkness, as well as took on and defeated Dr. Nitrous Brio. And in this episode, this is actually going to serve as the finale episode. We are going to be finishing up the rest of the game, starting off with the last regular level of the game, the lab. Dr. Cortex's lab, of course. So starting right off, we have a little bit of a new environment here. We obviously are getting a lot more closer to Dr. Neocortex himself, just a few doors away from the lab, so the environment here is a little bit more fitting. So the main objective in this level is, of course, going to be involved with the metal box switches. So the metal box switches are going to be pretty much your main object in regards to progressing on throughout the level. We're going to find more of those slime monsters that Dr. Brio summoned, of course, with his nasty green potion, so they will make a return and kind of get in your way a few times in this stage. But for now, we're just going to focus on breaking as many boxes as we can, as well as timing our jumps and our runs once the metal box switches open up the doorways that need to be opened up. So pretty much that's going to be kind of your main gimmick here. Not too bad. It does get a little bit crazier later on, you'll kind of see once we get there. But first we're taking on the Tana bonus stage. So this is actually going to be the final bonus stage, I believe, of the game, if I'm remembering correctly. So kind of cool. It's a little weird. It feels like we just kind of started off, and it really feels like it wasn't that long ago that we took on the very first Tana bonus stage way back in, I think it was Jungle Rollers. So yeah, I mean, this kind of came and went. Conveniently enough, we are given a pretty simple and straightforward Tana bonus stage here in the final level of the game. So kind of interesting how they don't really give you anything too crazy. And they decided to kind of switch it up a little bit and give you something a little bit more of a softball, as I would describe it, for the final bonus stage of the game. So not too bad, a little bit of a refresher there. But now we're going to move right along, and we have more of these mad scientists that are going to try to zap us with their lasers. You basically just want to time it to where as soon as their lasers run out, you can spin attack into him, and as you can see, he fell right to his death there. Very satisfying once again to see that. Maybe I'm just weird for thinking that, but those guys just, I don't know, they just kind of rub me the wrong way. I don't know why. They just look very menacing and very annoying. So but now we're going to see if we can get through this little laser section here. I think the lasers, there is a section, I think it's coming up soon for this guy at our checkpoint, where we basically we have to essentially line up the there's going to be one of those, so those little metal grates that are opening up and closing in the middle of the four-way there. We're going to have a timed doorway where we have to hit a metal box switch. It's going to open a door, and then I think we have to hit like another one that opens up that metal pathway. No, I think it's, so basically you have to hit a metal switch that will open a door that's on, basically on a timer, and then we're gonna have a one of those metal grates that are gonna open up. I think it's right here, but we have to actually time it with the lasers. No, it actually wasn't that one. We're gonna have one that's very, very difficult to get through. So no, it's actually right here. Yeah, so this one can take you multiple attempts. One strategy I kind of like to use, if you just repeatedly hit the metal box switch, the door is going to stay open. So that's kind of convenient. Kind of annoying to hear that sound go off repeatedly, but again, it makes this level a lot easier, especially towards the end. We're kind of getting towards the end of it here. But yeah, in my opinion, it is worth it to do this, because once again, you're able to get the door, keep the door open and preventing it from closing, that, messing up any of your jumps. As you can see, we have 3 dynamite boxes there to end things off. We want to carefully make our way over, grab the yellow gem, the 5th of the 6 color gems, and make our way to the exit. So yes, we have the yellow gem, so we can actually do a lot more with that coming up very soon here in terms of backtracking. All right, so we have now opened up the Great Hall. This is not really a level, but for now we're going to skip it. If you go over this way, you'll see these purple pads. One takes you to Insanity Beach, which is actually the very beginning of the first map at the first island. just a quicker warp, and the other one is Stormy Ascent, which is basically an extra level. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and head back over to Lights Out. As you can see, we do still have a color gem left to find there. So in this case, we needed one color gem to find another color gem. And once you have made it past those large axes that are swinging right towards your head, you will find the yellow gem platform that is sitting right here. Kind of cool being able to spin around to the top of this castle. We get to see a nice little picture of Cortex down there, as well as finding our final 3 boxes that we were not able to get on the first attempt. That opens up the purple gem, and that is the final of the color gems. So we just have a little bit more backtracking to do, and one more thing as well before we take on the final boss. All right, nice to see that purple gem added to the collection. We have 22 white gems, so 4 more of those, and we are just about done. All right, so now that we have all of the color gems and we perfected the level Lights Out, it is now time to take on one of the 2 bonus stages, and this one is Fumbling in the Dark. So we will use one of the keys in order to access it. Alright, so as you can see, we have another dark level. This one is a lot more complex. Obviously, with it being one of the secret bonus stages that you unlock by collecting the 2 keys, of course, that we got through the Dr. Neo Cortex bonus levels. You will unlock this first stage, as well as another one coming up, but this one is pretty intense. So as you can see, we have the return of the Aku lights, where essentially we have to keep them lit in order to progress, or at least see where we're going to progress throughout the level. This is another dick move in the game right here, and this threw me off like crazy the first time I played this level. So as you will find, there are a lot more gimmicks in this level where, yeah, so that one platform that is on, you know, kind of moves around back and forth, you'll have, and this one as well, you might have to jump to the side, and that's not always obvious. So I actually didn't even know you could do that until I think I maybe died probably like 10 times or more before I even knew you could do that. So that's something that is very important to keep in mind before I die right here. We're going to try this again, try to avoid the large swinging axes. They're very sharp. Those things look very deadly and dangerous. I love the detail that they go into this game. Even like the texture and like that shine that you see on like the metal part of the axe is insanely accurate, which is pretty crazy, but we just want to avoid them for now. Get those spiders out of my way. I don't want to get hit there, so we want to make sure we time that jump well enough. Some more 8-legged creatures over there, and of course I lose my light at the perfect time where I probably shouldn't have. Can we make this? There's a pit here. I know there is. Oh, we made it. Man, that was close. All right, a few more spiders to jump on, and the spiders are now going to act as additional, you know, platforms that we can use, kind of like the turtles did previously. So the spiders, we will be able to use their bodies in order to progress through the level. And of course, I run out of light again. I love how there's like candles that are lit, but they're just not bright enough to light my path. But Aku, man, he's really our only hope here. But anyways, we went ahead and lost him anyhow. I think this is like the final area. This should be, yeah, okay. All right, we're gonna try that again without getting hit by the axe. That way I still have my Aku light. Not 1, not 2, but 3 spiders there at the end. One last platform to jump across, and we finally get the white gem of the first bonus level. Very freaking nice. You sing your heart out, Crash. You earned every minute of that song. All right, so moving all the way back to Great Gate, we have another path that is opened up. So once you get to the very end of the Great Gate, you will notice a yellow gem platform that of course wasn't there before. And this has now opened up another pathway for us to get across. All right, so as you can see, we have some more metal spring boxes that we can use to kind of spring up a little bit further in our jumps. And we have the return of the plant enemies. Didn't really miss them. But if you use this arrow box with an arrow on it to bounce, you can actually get behind this wooden wall here, where those little tiki huts are. So that's kind of cool, and that's actually where we're going to be finding a lot of our, well, first of all, our missing boxes that we weren't able to get in the first run in this level. But there's also a lot of other like extra lives. There's a few apples, I believe, as well, that we can find behind this wooden wall here. We're going to go ahead and collect those right now. So yeah, as you can see, there's several apples back here. So that's kind of cool how we're able to just kind of get those. And as you can see, it goes pretty far back. Like we have a long ways to go in terms of like finding these apples. So it's very, very cool that we can get these just by jumping behind the dang wall. It's kind of cool how they allow you to do that. Again, another example why this game kind of stands out over a lot of other 3D platformers, where it just kind of goes above and beyond when it comes to some of the creative ideas, when it comes to collecting some of the secret hidden collectibles, you know, boxes, things like that. So all right, jumping over these spiky thingamabobs. We want to make sure we do not get a spike in our ass, because we are just about done with this level finally. I'm gonna jump across here, and we just want to make sure we do not burn our booty. And I love the detail in those little tiki, like those paintings right there. Have more of these shield guys. Yeah, you need to get out of my way, sir. I'm on a mission. Man on a mission here. You need to steer clear, okay, buddy? Just saying. All right, so we have more of these swinging platforms. So I do kind of miss these things. Haven't been able to really use them a lot, because they don't really show up in the final island at all, in like any of the levels, because we kind of get away from like the islandy type of scenery in some of the later levels. So we're not able to see those cool little platforms, but of course we get to see them back here. And as you can see, we have a few more boxes left to break. We'll collect our white gem, finally finishing off the Great Gate. And that is going to bring our total white gem count to 24, meaning we have 2 more left to get. We are now going to switch over to a Boulder Dash, where we can now open up another gem path. All right, so once you have gotten through the madness that is the boulder and made it to the very end of the level, if you remember, there was a gem platform that was invisible at one time, but this time around things have changed, because we have a purple gem, and with the power of the gem, we are able to open up an additional pathway where a shit ton of boxes are left behind. So yes, we did not, unfortunately, we're not able to get these boxes before. This is probably one of the only extra pathways that has like probably one of the most boxes, probably the most boxes out of most of these additional gem paths. So kind of cool how they hide all this here. Of course, there's a bunch of extra lives here that we absolutely do not need. We're gonna grab them anyways because they're there. But as you can see, we have finally gotten the rest of the boxes at Boulder Dash. We're going to take our white gem and we're going to get the heck out of Dodge. And that is going to make white gem number 25 with 1 more left to get. Now that we have 100%ed Boulder Dash, as you notice, there is yet again another secret level hidden right behind it. And this is the second and final one, called Whole Hog. And as you can see, the hog riding is not done yet. If you thought it was over, guess again, you're back on the damn hog this time. So here we go. This one is not really that bad. The jumps get a little bit more intense and kind of difficult to time if you're not used to them, as by example of me burning out right there. All right, we're going to try that again. This time we're going to make sure that we hold down the A button, because if you do not at the right time there, as soon as he jumps on that little drum thing, you will not be able to make these jumps. A lot of these jumps do require the holding down of the A button. That way you kind of get a little bit more height in your jump. So once he bounces on that drum, you got to basically make sure you hold it down. As you can see, I failed miserably at that time. We're going to try that again, and this time around, we're not going to screw it up. We have another drum here. Get past my little wooden shield friend over there. A few more boxes left to break. And that should just about do it. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone across the world, we have collected the 26th and final white gem of the game. Our gem hunt is now complete, so there's only one thing left for us to do. And it's apparently to get an Xbox achievement of earning 26 white gems. Very nice. Again, you're on this ride with me. This is a first time experience. All right, just want to kind of pull up my totals here. Again, we have every single color gem collected, all 6. We have all the 26 white gems, both of the keys that we found in the Neo Cortex bonus stages. But there's only one thing left to do to get to that final 100% number. And it is, first off, to go through the Great Hall. The Great Hall actually has 2 different pathways. I'm going to show you one of them, and then later on I'm going to show you the next. And it is dependent on if you have collected all the 26 white gems. So the first option going through the Great Hall is we can just directly go right across where we're standing, and we will immediately end the level, if you want to call it that. And that way we can actually move right to the final boss, which is of course Dr. Neo Cortex. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for. This is the final fight, final showdown, and this is how we get Tana back. So I say, we do it. All right, here we go. As you can see, Cortex's castle is burning down to the ground. He is not too happy about it. This is it. This is Dr. Neo Cortex. He is the final fight of the game. He's going to shoot a bunch of laser balls at you. You want to do your best to avoid them as much as you can. Jumping over them or running away from them are really your only options in doing so. The more times you hit him, the more he is going to throw at you. You only want to focus on the green laser bubbles because those are the ones that are going to attack him directly. The first few times you only have to hit a couple of them, but as time goes on and the more hits he takes, you are going to have to spin into more green laser bubbles. Another thing to point out is the purple bubbles are going to move in a straight line, whereas the blue bubbles eventually will kind of move a little bit more zigzaggy. You want to, again, just pay attention. Right there is a perfect example of one of them. There's another one. You just want to make sure you time it well enough to where as soon as that thing goes up, you get underneath it and away from it, as well as being able to hit the other green bubbles in order to cause damage to the doctor. Once you have got him down to 2 hits left, he's going to go into overdrive, and he's going to continuously fire these laser balls at you until he eventually will shoot out the green ones, and of course you want to hit those. One last green one, he kind of gives you a freebie there at the end. Kind of weird, not sure why they did that, but I'll take it because Dr. Neo Cortex has been defeated. Alright, so as you can see, we had a nice little happy ending there after the fight with Dr. Neo Cortex. However, if you return to the Great Hall, or if you come here for the first time, as you notice, there are several white gem platforms that you can actually now jump across, only if you've collected all 26 white gems. Of course, if you do not have all the white gems, you will not be able to have enough platforms in order to make it to the very end. If you do, you can finally get to this side where an alternate end scene is played. Papu sold the ruins of Castle Cortex to a resort developer. He then used the proceeds to open a big and tall shop on the island. After intense therapy and 8 years of higher education, Dr. Rue went on to write the well-received book, Through the Eye of the Vortex, a study of rapid evolution and its consequences. Koala Kong moved to Hollywood and landed a motion picture deal of universal proportions. Currently, he is working with a speech therapist to improve his diction. Pinstripe moved to Chicago, where he now owns and operates a citywide sanitation company. He is saving money for his upcoming gubernatorial campaign. Good for him. After the disappearance of his mentor, Dr. Nitrous Brio discovered his first love, tending bar. Very interesting. I didn't see that coming from him. Not what I would have expected. And of course, the world has heard nothing more of Dr. Cortex since Crash foiled his plans, but evil geniuses are harder to squash than cockroaches, believe it or not. All right. And there we have it. Roll the credits. That is going to be it for Let's Play Crash Bandicoot, part of the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, the remastered version of the original Crash Bandicoot trilogy. So I want to, of course, thank anyone that was watching this Let's Play series. Of course, just like with any video, I hope you enjoyed my time going through this game. Again, so this series was a little bit more special to me than most of the ones I've done previously here on this channel, mainly due to the fact that this was the first time I had experienced going through this game at 100%. This was something that I felt was important to share with an audience, even if it's small. I hope that, again, this brought maybe some entertainment or joy for anyone that was watching this. So on the opposite end of the stick, of course, if you did not enjoy it, I am sorry. And I apologize for anyone that has played this game enough times where they can essentially pretty much do what I just did blindfolded in a matter of maybe 20 minutes. So I apologize for that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really want to say. Again, a great game. Unfortunately, that I did not get to have the chance to grow up playing. But being able to kind of visit it later on, and especially after hearing so many positive reviews of this game, and just so many good things about the Crash, original Crash trilogy. It was definitely an honor to be able to play this game for the first time, and of course doing it at 100% completion right here on YouTube. So but that's really going to be it for this video. Again, this is going to be the finale episode, unless I decide to take on the Stormy Ascent level, which basically is just kind of an extra level. It doesn't really count for your main total of white gems. I've actually never went through it even once. I've heard very scary things about it, so I might decide to do that at a later point, might not. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out and see. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next project.